Sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, as human beings from morning to night, night to mornings, each and everyone looking for certain kind of satisfaction and freedom, peace, harmony. When we look at the entire human history, thousand years, our ancestors used to fight for freedom. It is a struggle. And even today, when we look at all over the world, people look for freedom from different directions. And in the surface level, even though we look for this freedom from authorities, and even some people granted the freedom through documents, but the real freedom is come out of our inner understanding, not the outside condition. So this outside freedom can change according to the situation, time, space, environment, like that. But this inner freedom never going to change like that way. Another thing is, it cannot take by anybody. So then how you can get it? Why you lose the freedom? So then if you lose the freedom, what you have then? So we lose the freedom because of our own thoughts. We become prisoners to our own thoughts and we become very limited people to certain things. That limitation itself make you disappointed. So when somebody put in a prison, that means he become very limited with the space and the facilities and that things. When you become limited for certain things itself, it kind of like a punishment. And when it become very limited regarding the will, and it is kind of like a very painful. And sometimes it's kind of like even just to maintain your basic life. When you don't have freedom to select, or when you don't have a choice, and that itself make us suffer. So when it comes to deeper your thoughts, not about this outside, this material world, the inner, this psychological world or the mental world, our own thoughts make us very limited. And our own thoughts keep us as prisoners. And from where this arises, from where it comes? It arises the idea of the self-centered mind believing I am. But in the ancient time, people used to have another key for this. So you cannot give up the self-centered mind, and you cannot give up I am. And when you think about I am, you become very limited. So then in the ancient time, they used to give a key, and then what they told, you are everything. So what is everything mean? So when you think about everything, can you come to a point that to experience limitless? Or in that everything is their limit? If it is a limit, it is not everything. The I am universe. I am everything. Tattvamasi. And so I am the God. So how you understand what is the understanding? What kind of awareness that you have regarding the universe? How you recognize the very nature of the even if there is a God, how you recognize the very nature of the God? So if you cannot recognize that, then again you go back to the old problem. That means you cannot recognize you. If I am the everything, if you don't know what is everything, that means again you go back to the lack of understanding regarding yourself. That is the main problem from the beginning in this all the human history. People used to look for who I am. So when you have that self-centered mind, and from that self-centered mind that you're trying to develop the life related with you, I am the first. The foundation is me. And with that, whatever you do with your bodily, verbally, or mentally actions, it always brings you kind of like unsatisfaction. So nothing wrong with the self, or nothing wrong with the world, or nothing wrong with anything, but in the middle of this all, the glue hold into suffering or the unsatisfaction is the idea, the way we think regarding the situation. So if you have the same incident without self-centered mind, and there is no way to suffer. It is not the outside incident, or it is not even the inside situation, but in between this both, the what we hold into to bring us the unsatisfaction. So when we look for the freedom, the same. When you think about the freedom, so what do you mean by freedom? If you look for the freedom with the self-centered mind, I want to be like this, that, then you are still not look for freedom. Because this I, or the self-centered idea itself, make you a prisoner. So in that prison, maybe you look for another freedom. That is not the true freedom. So as example, see in the inside the prison, sometimes they have freedom to watch TV, play whatever the sports, and they have the gym, and they get the meal on time. They have place to sleep. And in that capacity, maybe they have certain comfort, and they can find certain kind of a space to maintain their life. But it is not the freedom. So then you have to be very careful from the beginning when you look for freedom. What do you mean by that freedom? Because that is why from the ancient time to today, most of time when we look, even the struggle that the people had to freedom, they achieved to certain level of what they want in that moment, but later it didn't exist. It is not real. Why? Because that freedom we all look mostly with the self-centered mind. That means we are already prisoners. In that prison, we look for freedom. That is not the freedom. So the real freedom is when we come out of our self-centered mind. So how this self-centered mind bound? Through the desires with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And the desires to satisfy itself, and with the self-centered idea, and that satisfaction should come towards me. So if you have the idea to satisfy regarding the satisfaction without self-centered mind, even you enjoy the moment, but there's nothing to stuck there. So that's why in meditation, especially in Vipassana, it directly take you to deeper to recognize who I am. What is this? So that's why it say know thyself, know yourself, then everything going to be okay. But when you know yourself in a wrong way, that everything going to come with the wrong result. So that is what itself called samsara. So otherwise nothing wrong with this eye, or nothing wrong with this world, nothing wrong with this ear, or nothing wrong with the sound, nothing wrong with the nose, or nothing wrong with the aroma, nothing wrong with the tongue, or nothing wrong with the food or the taste, nothing wrong with the sensation, or nothing wrong with the people, and nothing wrong with the ideas, or nothing wrong with your mind. But in between these two, when you have the illusion called I am, and that going to make you bound to the very limited experience, that itself create the prison. That prison, even though that you feel outside world, you are free to go here and there, say whatever you want, freedom of speech, freedom of living, freedom of talk, freedom of expression, freedom of media, freedom of traveling. So you name whatever, freedom of living, so freedom of religion, you name whatever. But if you bound to self, remember, you are not free. So in the deeper level, freedom means, salvation means, liberation means, and try to come out of that. And then that is the day you can experience the most beautiful life yourself. So in certain countries like Africa, there is a way they catch monkeys. How they catch monkeys? They get a coconut and cut it from one side and make a little hole. And then they drop certain places in the jungle. So the monkeys come and then they drink the coconut water. And then what they do? They put their hand inside the coconut and try to take all the juice out of the coconut. And then they grab it, their hand, and then try to pull it. And they cannot take it out. So they put their hand, they make that the hole smaller, and just to put the hand. And once they close the palm, and they cannot take it. And they keep struggling, struggling, struggling. Now they cannot run, they cannot move. Nothing wrong with anything. Even nothing wrong with the hand, nothing wrong with the coconut. What is the thing is, the monkey cannot understand to release the juice of the coconut and release the palm. The desire regarding to get the juice out of the coconut and hold, that desire itself lock the arm and itself make them the prisoners. And then the hunters come and catch. So the same thing happened to us in day-to-day life. With our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So whatever happen around us, let it happen. If you like something, you appreciate it, you like it, that's it. Why you put, I like it? If you want something, have it. Nothing wrong. But why you want to mention, I want it? From where the I come? If you want to hear music, hear it. And just don't keep repeating it. Enjoy it and move forward. Do whatever you want to do. Just do it. If you want to watch a movie, want to play a game, just do it. But why you want to say I? Why you want to bring the I? And then, because in this very moment you cannot move forward, the I hold to the experience or the joy that you received. That itself make you the prison. So then who's wrong? Not the world. That today, as you know, this entire world, they go against the science and technology. And they blame to computers, they blame to cell phones, and they blame to from the history of the TV. They blame to all this science and technology and everything. They blame to vehicles, they blame to aeroplane, everything. Complaining. Look, you cannot stop this current. It's going to go. It's going to become more in the future. And now it's becoming more worst. With this live streaming and the world going to become something else. This flux, you cannot get out of it. So then what you have to do? Let it be. Because that is the very nature of life. Don't involve in the self-centered idea. But let it be. Even you experience in there, can you experience it without I? Oh, I am. Then you're not going to accelerate the power behind it. Because when you have the idea of the I, you accelerate the current inside it. And that acceleration itself brings us all this chaos or the suffering and the struggle. So then yourself, remember this human life. In this entire universe, as you know, you will never find any place like this. And still the Hubble telescope and went through this far away million year light years to this universe. They focus and they couldn't find anything like this. So you have power to experience this. But the thing is, when you see the tree, are you really see the tree or are you see something from your head? When you see a flower in your garden, at home or anywhere, Just think, just look yourself, question yourself. When you see a flower, are you see the flower itself as a flower, or are you see something from your head inside? It is completely two different things. And so try to come out of this self-centered prison. Don't be like that monkey trapped in the coconut. And release it. Wherever you feel you stuck, remember to release your mind, release your eye, release your eye. Let it experience without eye. And then you will see there is the freedom you can experience. That freedom is the most beautiful experience that you can have in this human world. And at the same time, once you experience it, no one can lock you down. No one can put in a prison. Anywhere you are, you will be free. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu. Sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kamma. Asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.